I mean, what a tune. Um, I thought of that because Roger Daltrey was trending yesterday because he votes the wrong way. He was cancelled. Good luck to him. Amazing. I mean, one of, surely, arguably the greatest rock and roll song ever. Certainly in the top 10. That's a good question. What would get into the top 10 greatest rock and roll songs of all time? I mean, oh, and I don't just mean the genre, the musical genre, because I think I'd put a couple of rap songs in there. I mean, it's got to have attitude and swagger. It's got to go against the grain. It's sort of got to annoy a generation. Yeah, I Won't Get Fooled Again, The Who. Brown Sugar, The Stones. What else? God, blimey. Maybe. I was thinking of a Springsteen one, but he's got a rock and roll attitude, but not like these guys. I reckon the Pistols. I'd put a Pistols tune in there. Anarchy in the UK, or God Save the Queen, or Pretty Vacant, maybe. Top 10 greatest rock and roll song, and by rock and roll I mean swagger, anger, cocksure, annoyance, going against the grain. That's a good one, isn't it? Bohemian Rhapsody, no. I mean, listen, I love Queen, but they were, yeah. That's not what I mean by rock and roll. I don't just mean rock. I mean, how can if we're not on the same page, Jimi Hendrix, he was rock and roll. Do you know what I mean? It's all subjective, isn't it? David Bowie, Ziggy Stardust. How are you? There's someone outside doing fucking something that's really loud. Sounds like a fucking industrial Hoover. Oh. Can you hear that? What the fuck are they doing? Should I go out and ask them to shut the fuck up? Because I'm talking bollocks. What are you doing? Just, I don't know, hoovering up the gravel in my drive with a giant vacuum cleaner. Well, I'm fucking talking bollocks about rock and roll. Eton Rifles, great. Oh, the Jam, yeah. The Clash, didn't like him at the time, but yeah. Are we agreed? Stopped. Good. Maybe he's watching. Maybe he's watching this, and he's doing. Oh, I like Ricky. He just called me a cunt. Oh, I better stop this. Zeppelin, sort of. They got, yeah. I know they sort of invented the musical genre of like heavy rock. Not the first to do rock and roll, of course, or rock, but again, they're a bit more musical. Their songs, and I don't mean you have to sing songs about rebellion. It's hard to explain. Oasis had a bit of it. Do you know what I mean? Cigarettes and alcohol. I know that was like almost a pastiche of rock and roll, but they had a bit of it. It's got to be swagger. It's just got to be. I'll tell you about a bit of it as well that weren't taken too seriously. Slade, fucking great, just fun, just fucking hell, having a laugh. It's difficult to say, isn't it? It's difficult because everyone's different. See, if someone says AC/DC, yeah, I know what you mean. Again, there was nothing. I don't know. There was nothing rebellious about it. But yeah, I think they're great. It's really hard to explain. There's something not tangible almost. I tell you what, Lou Reed had it. He had it in bucket loads. He had the art and the sort of rebellion. Tricky one, isn't it? Tricky one. Elvis. Now, Elvis, you see, that's a good point, because for his day, I mean, in the 50s, in the South, walking around with dyed hair and eyeliner and singing like rhythm and blues, yeah, I guess so. I mean, that was true decadence, wasn't it? Fucking drugs and hamburgers, dying on the bog, full of fucking drugs and hamburgers. Not that's a good thing. Not that's a, don't that's not don't be like Elvis, but not that bit. Kiss Ozzy, yeah. Again, it was almost like it was more theatrical in a way. Although they lived it, didn't they? Guns N' Roses, yeah. I never quite believed them, but yeah, something about. What about this one? A controversial one, California, by Tupac and Dre. It's got all those things I said, isn't it? Got all those ingredients. Anyway, it's difficult to. It's so subjective, isn't it? How have you been? That song is just ending. That on YouTube, that won't get pulled again. It was 9-minute version, and Pete's just smashing his guitar up. So. What else? Peanut butter and banana sandwiches, someone just said. Why are your top shelves empty? Well, because I can't reach them. They're all round. They're all round. It's not just there. I've got it all round, so I don't need to just fill up. I haven't just filled up the bit that's in the picture to make it look good. Oh dear. Any questions? Motley Crue, yeah. Again, never took them quite seriously. They sort of did rock and roll, didn't they? I always think there are some bands that are almost like rock bands in a film about a fictional rock band. Do you know what I mean? You can't answer. Do you wax or gel? Nothing. It's just wet. I just had a bath, and I'd literally. That's how I. This is my right. This is what I do. Right. I go upstairs. I get undressed, obviously. I have a shower or a bath. I wash. That's it. And then I get out and I comb my hair back, and that is me ready for the day. Unless I'm filming, then you do, whatever. What's it called? I only use anti-shine when I do a TV show. I have to put more makeup on when you do a chat show, because the lights are terrible and they have to sort of pat you down so you don't sweat. When I do something like Afterlife, they use just a bit of anti-shine. So yeah, is that interesting in the fucking slightest? It's difficult. It's difficult when you're talking. I know I'm not talking to no one, but when there's no feedback, no interruption, you don't know what you're thinking of that sentence at the time. It's hard to chat, particularly if it's unplanned. Does that make sense? You try it. You try and have a conversation, right? A one-way conversation with yourself in the mirror for half an hour. And you won't do it. You won't manage it. You think, well, it's mental for a start. Um, what do you use those trophies for? I don't really use them for anything. Although I do used to rank them on how good it would be to smash a burglar's face in with them. And the BAFTA is easily the heaviest. I think the Emmy's got points. Yeah, the Golden Globe's difficult. It's got a nice little handle, but it's not like heavy. It might be hollow, but the BAFTAs, I think, bronze. That is I mean, they're good. That would do that. Again, I'm not. That's what they're for. Don't die on the toilet full of drugs and hamburgers, and don't smash a burglar's face in with a BAFTA. Oh dear. So yeah, it looks a bit. The pub was open by me. I walked past, and there was people just standing outside having a pint. I don't know if they're inside. Maybe you're allowed to take it away, so they serve you and let you stand outside with it. I don't know. A pub's open? I mean, it was open. People were outside, and they had pints. Were they in plastic glasses? Maybe they're in plastic glasses. I haven't got my facts straight. A question: are pubs open? Not that you should go. It's not over. Again, it's still going. It's still going on. And the longer people piss about and go, I want to go to the beach, I want to go out, the longer it'll go on. It not being normal. Gypsy King or AJ? Difficult one. Difficult one. Yeah, I can't see Gypsy King being beaten. It's just too. He's such a good dodger and weaver, isn't he? And he's big, even though it doesn't look like he's got power punches. It's 19 stone hitting you, like 6'10" and 19 stone. That jab, that fucking knock you flying. That's Nunes fighting tomorrow, isn't it? I've got nothing. What did I do today? I'll just tell you that. I went for a long walk, a little jog, did a few weights. That's why I'm looking in such great shape. Played badminton. I've put weight on, right, in this pandemic, and I genuinely think some of it might be muscle, because no, seriously, some of it is muscle. Some of it's fat, but some of it is muscle. I put some muscle on, and I put a little bit of fat on. But you can't have muscle without the fat, boy. Can't have muscle without the fat. So, rough with the smooth. Oh, HP or ketchup? Well, do you mean, is that brown sauce? It depends. I mean, you can't beat ketchup. It's so versatile, isn't it? On veggie hot dogs and veggie burgers, love it. Chips, but then a little bit of brown sauce with chips. Oh, hello. It depends, isn't it? Horses for courses. Is that the best you can do? HP or do you have a Sunday roast? Well, if I do, it's a nut roast these days. I've got nothing. I should have planned summer. Well, the Who, we had a little conversation, didn't we, about the best. We can carry that on Twitter. Ask you the greatest, your top 5 rock and roll. But then it's too hard to explain it. We're not even clear on the rules. We haven't even defined what rock and roll is. But I think you know what I mean, don't you? You know, that sort of rebellion's not even, just not giving a fuck. It's not even rebellion. Because Sex Pistols, they weren't I don't know what they were rebelling. They were just trying to annoy people. Sometimes going with the mainstream annoys people. Do you know what I mean? So, oh, depends, doesn't it? Whatever annoys people. That's rock and roll. Mustn't be too safe, must it? That's what makes me laugh when people are cancelling rock stars they loved. They loved them because they said the wrong things, and now they don't like them because they're saying the wrong things. And what they mean is they liked them when they said things they agreed with, but they don't like them when they say things they don't agree with. Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? People want to be agreed with. I don't. I do. Or do I? I do. No, I do. Please agree with me. No, listen, seriously. Please, just agree with me. Pink Floyd, sort of. They had but it was a bit too, I don't know, a bit too intellectual. I know that sounds a weird thing to say from a great mind, from a genius. Top 5 celebs. I'm not even going to play that. I don't even like the fucking word. Heinz baked beans is the best. Yeah. Heinz 57. That's. It was because of the number of spices in it, but actually there's more apparently. But they just liked marketing, just like the number 57. There's something like 70 different ingredients or spices, but they liked the number 57. More fucking boring trivia. Oh, Nirvana. Fuck me. Someone just said Dave Grohl. Nirvana, of course. Teen Spirit in there, in the top 10. Teen Spirit by Nirvana. Won't Get Fooled Again. A Stone song. I think Brown Sugar. It's got so much attitude. I'm happy with those three. Definitely. Who else? Would the Beatles get in? What have they? What's their most rock and roll song? I don't know. I'm struggling. Rush. Well, I like Spirit of the Radio. That's right. Some glam. Put some glam get in. That was a sort of fun swagger, wasn't it? Like Ballroom Blitz and by Sweet and Slade, but they wouldn't. I don't know. I don't know if they had the. I don't know if they quite had the. I don't mean anger even. I haven't explained myself well. What about Ace of Spades? By Motorhead. Thoughts? Anyway, Crazy Horses. I don't think the Osmonds can be in the pantheon for the greatest rock and roll songs of all time, but I like them. Anyway, that'll do, won't it? We've talked bollocks for a while. Born to Run. I know what you mean, but I don't know. Maybe it's something about it's too produced and there's too much narrative for it to be Zeppelin. What would I put in for Zeppelin? Rock and roll, maybe. Yeah, maybe rock and roll. Right, that'll do. When should we do this again? Sunday. Stay well. Wash your hands. Work out. Be creative. Thanks for watching Afterlife. If you haven't watched it, how fucking rude. If you haven't watched it. I'm doing this for free through the pandemic. Trying to keep you amused and sane. You haven't even watched Afterlife. Come on. It's funny. It's sad. It's short. Like life. Alright? Tatty bye everyone.